But it is a valid scientific point. What's less disgusting? Here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. What's less disgusting? Doing your mom? Or the thought? The thought. What's the less disgusting thought? I would argue, because it's one removed, I would argue that it's more appealing to do your grandmother than it is to do your mother. Think about it. I mean, they're both disgusting. I'm not arguing whether it's disgusting or not. I'm simply saying that it makes sense that it would be more appealing if you were forced to. If you were forced to, right? And you had a choice. Like, it's not even, oh, we're going to kill you if you don't choose. No, no. Like, you're strapped into a machine and they physically just force you, but you get to choose. I would say it makes sense that it's more appealing to do your grandmother than it would be to do your mother if you had the choice. Because it's one person removed. You don't want to do the person who you came out of. Like it's just disgusting, right? But it's like, even though the fact that grandmother is older, I mean, it could just be me. I don't know. I could just be weird. I could just be weird like that. But I would argue that it's slightly more appealing to just go with the grandmother. Am I wrong? I don't know. Am I the only one? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, it's probably just like a scientific thing. Plus, isn't there like less risk? Like, if you just happen to get her pregnant, isn't there like less risk of it being a fucked up? Because it's more diluted. The genealogy is more diluted with the grandmother than it is with the direct descendant or whatever, ascendant mother, right? And you know, same thing for ladies. Like, it's I would argue that it's more appealing to do your grandfather than it is to do your father. Just because it's one more step, like it's removed. It's one more removed. I would argue. Now, please remember that I'm not trying to argue whether it's disgusting or not. That is not what the statement is. That's not what the conversation is. It's clearly disgusting and it's frowned upon. But I'm just making a differential. They are not equally as revolting. I would say that doing the grandparent is slightly more appealing. That's the only point I'm trying to make. With a G.I.L.F for a mom. Don't know who Jax Teller is. The G.I.L.F. Dude, if you... This is what started us on that topic last time. I remember. If they forced you, if you were forced, here's the question. If you were forced, I'll answer that after. If you were forced to, here's the argument. I argue that it is less disgusting or more appealing to fuck your grandmother than it is to fuck your mom. Now just think about it. Just think about it. If you were forced, if somebody came up to you and said, we're going to strap you into a machine and we're physically going to force you to fuck either your mom or your grandmother, but it's your choice, I would argue that almost everybody out there would pick their grandmother because it's less disgusting. I'm not arguing whether it's disgusting or not. I mean, it is disgusting. It's wrong. It's whatever. But if you were forced, you would, most people, you would go for the grandmother because it's one removed. Yeah, it's one removed. It's kind of weird doing the thing that you came out of. It's just, I don't know. I would rather just, because the grandmother is more like of a stranger. It's like, whatever, right?
I hope it's so.
I'm just saying.
Can you not see me?
That's it. Anyway.